people already here. This is good, crack. Welcome. I'm very blue, unfortunately. But this is, let me know if you can hear me, which is the most important part. So make sure those comments up here. Moving around here. How do I see the comments? Why is there no comments? Oh yeah, okay, I can see it now. Is the raw message visible? Okay. So it's the world premiere of the Say It Leon, and I'm going to sit right here, basically in the front row. I'm going to turn this camera around so you can see what I'm talking about. There is the front row, so the car is going to come in there somewhere, or from one end, probably two ends of the other. And we get a look at it when it's live. It's going to be a few minutes yet before it does that. Thank you very much for joining. You're very good. I'm not sure if we're going to see any of the chat go to the screen, but I'm going to try that. Thank you. Hit the thumbs up. Very good for you. Hit the thumbs up. It's very nice. I don't know these people in the background, by the way. As GDPR goes, it's good. Can you all hear everything, which is the most important part? There's a lot of music playing in here. It's very loud. There is also a live stream by SEAT themselves, which are also going to live stream this event. So I don't know how that's going to work out. But I'll go live. We can have a bit of fun here as well. My God, there's so many people joining. Jerry Wickton, come on Jerry, good to have you. I can see the text now, finally. Hi, whoever that was. The text is a bit small on the screen, I'm sorry. Blue Monday, yeah it is blue, isn't it? It's blue lights, just to make sure you don't sit in anything nasty. Sounds good here, that's good. Audio is good. I can't reveal anything till 7:15, that's terrible. This is the SEAT PR sitting right beside me. She keeps going, shh, don't tell them anything till 7:15. So we haven't seen the car yet, although there's some pictures up online last night. Can't wait for the Leon. I'm looking forward as well. It's a shrinking market, unfortunately, for Leon and for 5-door hatchbacks in general. Everybody wants small SUVs these days, which is kind of weird. That's what they're after. Not to move. People are running in beside me here. You stand up. Let them through. You go ahead. Sorry, you got it right in my face there. Oh, right back down. I'm going to show you the opposite direction. Very blue. I know it's the blue lights in here. It'll brighten up in a minute. It's okay. That's what it looks like right now. Massive screen goes all the way from up there, all the way down here. I'm assuming because there's no English on that list, that it's all going to be in English. But there is quite a crowd here. So if I look behind me, see the crowd up there? Massive. Oh, questions. Here we go. I went back to the new Leon and the front of the new Orline Golf in the same car. Yeah, possibly. No, I don't think so. I seen some pictures of it last night. I actually think the front of it looks a bit like the Tarraco and the back looks like a Leon, which is weird. It looks amazing. It does look amazing. You're right. Like I said, sorry for the blue light. Here we go. Take your seats. We're going to start now. Some very important people standing in front there, as you can see, in that direction. Say the best, can't wait to see the Leon. Yeah, everybody's here. My God, there's a lot of people here. Click the like button if you wouldn't mind. It'd be brilliant if you could. Just click the like button at the bottom of it. And just let Google know what's going on. The lead car did look very good. Actually looked better than the Golf 8, I'm thinking. There's lads behind me here from the UK, I can hear them. Back that direction. It's busy, isn't it? Look. It was on for ages. What's that say? I don't know, I don't speak that language. I now have, wow, look at all the people watching. World premiere live. Oh. Look at that. The man is showing me his screen. Isn't that good? There it is. I can't avoid that. As a journalist, you can't not see that. I just leave that there, right? Just let that run on that one. There we are. That's what it's going to look like when it tries out on stage as well. Asian behind you just sneezed. The Asian. Nah, I'm fairly safe. I'm alright. It'll be okay. We've all disinfected on the way in. Should be okay. Spoilers, yeah, exactly. Look, there's a blue one. If you're going to sit with a pile of journalists and show the whole car on the screen, there you go. He's probably a PR guy. No harm in it, obviously. We're going to see the real car in a minute, though. It's probably illegal what I just did there. Right, there's an estate versus, man. Oh, that's super cool. I like that. That's not fair to someone. Can't help it. Right, it looks like we're going to start now. No, I thought we were going to start there. Love it. Yeah, it looks brilliant. Actually looks brilliant. Jesus Christ, it's got interior shots and everything. Basically, I've seen the whole car now by the time it comes on stage. That's going to be super cool. I like that. Never very keen on the old screen sticking out from the dashboard too wide. Okay, it's gone dark. We must be going to start now. Y'all ready for this?
Good evening to all. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Martorell and welcome to SEAT. So today is the kickoff of a very busy year for us. And presenting the all-new SEAT Leon is definitely the best way to start it. So we are here today at the heart of SEAT, where the new generation of our bestseller SEAT Leon is being produced. So as you know, Luca De Romeo left the company at the beginning of the year. Well, it looks like it's a day full of news today. And so Luca left, and as a consequence, Carsten Isenze, our Executive Vice President for Finance and IT, took over this role 3 weeks ago and is now our acting president. So just a few words about Carsten. The least we can say is that Carsten is a multicultural top manager of our company. Effectively, before landing to Spain last summer, Carsten has worked on almost all the continents for the Volkswagen Group, Germany and Slovakia in Europe, South Africa, South America, and China was actually his last destination before coming to SEAT. So Carsten, you are just missing Oceania, Australia, and Antarctica on your list, and you will be capable to claim that you have worked on all the continents for the group. So, tonight, Carsten will start and will deliver a quick corporate overview of the company. This overview will be complemented by Wayne Griffith, our Executive Vice President for Sales and Marketing. Wayne will specifically focus on how Leon has been, is, and will be important for our business. Then it will be time to reveal and discover the car. And Axel Ondorf, our VP for R&D, and Alejandro Mesonero, our Director of Design, will highlight the key design and development points of focus. In a nutshell, it will be more the description of the making of the car rather than a long description of all the features of this brand new car. So now, please, with no further delay, welcome Carsten Isenze on stage. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to SEAT. As Christian has mentioned, it's been 3 weeks since I took over, and it's definitely an honor for me to be here with you today for such an important moment for our company. Today we are presenting the new generation of the Leon, our best-selling model, and the context couldn't be better. 2019 has been another record year for SEAT. we have sold more than 570,000 cars. It's the highest number in our 70 years history. And we have also achieved one of the best production figures ever, as we produced more than 500,000 cars here in Dublin. My colleagues Wayne Griffiths and Christian Vollmer have clearly done a great job, and you can see they are still smiling. Now, SEAT is on the right track. We have a clear strategy and a solid product range. We could so say we have done well, and now we want to do even better. The new Leon family you are about to see is the result of great teamwork under the leadership of Luca. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank him for his effort and dedication over the past years to take this company to another level. The launch of a new model is always exciting because it's a project which the whole company participates in one way or another. In the case of the new Leon, we are talking about more than 4 years from our super talented professionals here in Barcelona, and listen carefully, an investment more than 1.1 billion euros, mainly in vehicle development and in the improvement of our production facilities. Not that I want to highlight my financial side, but as you can see, we've put all our efforts into ensuring the success of a model that has already made history here at SEAT. It will most certainly remain a key pillar for the company's future. Ladies and gentlemen, my message is clear. Today, our great 2020 product offensive starts, setting us up for the next phase of growth. Let me tell you that I've driven the car already.
Welcome to my world, Dave.
From its new level of drivability to its outstanding design and many other things you will see throughout the presentation. Now, I leave you with Wayne Griffiths, who will explain just how significant this car is for us. Thank you all very much.
I just want to see the car. Cooper seat. Come on, yeah, exactly.
A warm welcome from my side as well.
From my side.
It's a great pleasure to have you here in Barcelona for such a special event, for the world premiere of the fourth generation of the new Leon. But also, I think as well, a great occasion to celebrate our success at SEAT.
Skateboarding.
So I'd like to begin by giving you a quick overview of where we are. 2019 was a record year for SEAT in terms of sales. As Carsten said, 574,000 cars sold. That's a sales growth of over 10%. And this 10% growth rate, we have been achieving that now for 3 years in a row. For 3 years in a row, SEAT has been growing with a double-digit growth. And for the second year in a row, we've achieved a sales record. We are now the clearly fastest growing brand and the biggest growing brand in terms of growth in Europe. We grew sales last year by over 50,000 cars. So let's have a quick look at I'll go through the individual markets. Obviously our home market, Spain, our most important market. Our team here with Nico Palomera and his dealers doing an excellent job. 9% market share. Clear leader in the market. With a gap of I think about 14,000 cars.
Your comments are making me laugh now.
Now all we have to do is stay there, I'm sure he will do his best to achieve that. Our second biggest market, Germany, also an exceptional performance there. Very important market for us, we achieved 4% market share. But we have other markets that we're particularly proud of, such as Austria, a relatively small market, but a market where SEAT is on the third position, so the third best-selling car in Austria, SEAT with a market share of 6%. And in the UK, in Italy and France, we've achieved record
just outside the top 10 in Ireland. Nearly there.
In overseas, our core area of focus, Latin America and South America, in Mexico, we increased market share against previous year by 0.3% and got to a market share of over 2.3%. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think the sun is not only shining in Barcelona, but shining over SEAT at the moment with these great results. And where do the results come from? Obviously, a lot of hard work, a of all the team at
You would
Sears
say.
across all the areas. I think, however, the biggest impact
Hotel.
has been our product offensive that we've been consequently implementing over the last 4 or 5 years with the launch of the SUVs, particularly around the Tarraco. But I also have to say that the Leon and the current Leon has been one of the key pillars for achieving these results. The Leon now, in its 4th generation, we're about to present the 4th generation, and 3 generations, has sold more than 2.2 million cars around the world.
And one
We have
Leon.
2.2 million Leons. If you would line them up, one after the other, then they would start here in Barcelona and end up in San Francisco. And over each generation, and with each generation of the Leon, we have been improving the car. And for me, I think the biggest game changer was probably the 3rd generation of the Leon, the current Leon, with back then, Alejandro, its revolutionary design. I think a big step forward. A car
Yeah, Jerry, I do
that
listen to this for a
allowed us
living,
to
yeah.
attract customers 10 years younger.
I can't, it's live, lads, I can't make it happen any faster.
And with a huge conquest rate, conquesting 70% of all customers from other brands. The other big step, together with the design, was the launch of the Sports Tourer body style, which allowed us new targets, family targets, but also
Comments are dead.
fleet business.
Keep going, the
The
comments are
Leon
great.
is not only the best-selling car for Seat in 2019, our most important model with over 150,000 cars sold, but also the best-selling car in Spain now for the past 5 consecutive years. So great success, a great platform and base to build on, but also I think a real tough job for our designers and our engineers to come up with an even better Leon, the 4th generation.
It's live,
a
Kevin.
great
I can't make
challenge.
subtitles live.
But I think, and I'm convinced, and you'll see it in a minute, that they've achieved this with the 4th generation. I think it is the best Leon ever in our history.
Whoa.
Axel Andorf and Alejandro Mistelnero will give you the proof later in terms of the context, so I won't go through all that, but just one anecdote from my side. When I joined Seat 3.5 years ago, and I came on my secret interview, I had a look behind the scenes with Alejandro and Luca.
625 watch, actually, Marty.
If you want
Thank
a
you.
reason for coming to this company, I thought one. And he showed me the Leon prototype back then, and I was so convinced, so motivated by this car, that I came and joined the Seat team. This car, created
Money had
100%
nothing to
in
do with it.
Barcelona, designed in Barcelona, developed in Barcelona, and will be built in Barcelona, is the best and most seductive Leon ever. This car, inspired by the city,
Show me
the
the
city
video.
of light, this city of sun, I think inspired by the architecture, but also inspired by the people with this optimistic and easygoing lifestyle. And not only that, but a great team of designers and engineers working in our plant. So we're really proud of our new Leon. As I said, the best Leon we've ever built. And now here is the proof of what I've been promising. And this is what happens when our designers see the sun. Please welcome on stage the new Leon.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Gotta come out of somewhere. I can't stop laughing because the comments are making me giggle. That's 600. Just the comments are gas. It's got like more of a door over there, I bet you. After this technical video. I am a Seat Leon owner. Here we go. Hold on. That's very good. Breathing things, showing us the interior. See, Seat Tarraco front. Oh, we're in the dark again. Here we go, This is either going to be brilliant or a complete disappointment. version. The hazard, I guess, it's kind of marked a tree shape on the side.
The Leon Sports Tour. So, and I'm really happy today because now they are officially allowed to leave their home without camouflage and show their beauty to the world. So, a warm welcome also from my side to our guests and on my side on behalf of the whole SEAT development team, which is really proud today after more than 4 years of hard, intensive and focused work to present you the new Leon here and today. And I fully agree with Wayne, this is the best Leon ever made. Of course, the very successful third generation was a basis, but also only the starting point of what we will present today. And as you all know, creating something better or something which is already very successful isn't an easy task. So maybe up front, let me briefly tell you what I will not do today. I will not enumerate all this huge list of topics and great features we add to the new Leon, but I think it's more dedicated to the team, which were working very hard, and I would like to explain how we came to the nice products we see here today. Nevertheless, later on, we will be happy to go more in details and discuss the one or the other topics with you. Rather, I would like to really invite you to the journey, to a kind of retrospective of the teamwork we see and the results we see. More than 4 years ago, we went to the drawing board and outlined a strategy to make a great product even better. And from the very beginning, it was quite clear what was already said before, that the Leons will be a core pillar of the brands in the future as well. So what we usually do at the starting point of a project is we take feedback. We take feedback we receive from your journalists, from our internal and external customers, but also what we as engineers learned from our dear competitors. And all this feedback and all these learnings we put together in a kind of performance profile, and we define the criteria which later on should be the characteristics of the new car. Of course, afterwards we do a kind of prioritization, but then we
click the like button there, lads, please.
And when I started here at SEAT, some 11 months ago, what I found was a product developed with a clear direction. Besides many of the already existing characteristics from a predecessor, the team decided to put special efforts on additional topics. And we will see them later in the performance profile here. It's for sure the connectivity of the car. It's an intuitive UI operation concept. Driving experience, sophisticated engine portfolio, for sure it's safety, and last but not least, like always for SEAT, it's the design. And design as one of the elements and core topics of our DNA was in the past success factor and will also be success factor in the future as well. But not to step too deep on the field of Alejandro, if you ask me, I cannot decide, I like them both. And I'm really convinced that this is also highly appreciated by our customers. The next point we were focusing on was the topic of connectivity and UX. So, Wayne already mentioned, we at SEAT, we have the youngest customers in our segment, approximately 10 years younger than our competitors. And in addition, we have the highest usage rate of Apple CarPlay and of Android Auto in the industry. So we decided that the Leon should be the first fully connected car for SEAT. And as connectivity only works if you have a really intuitive UI operation concept, we worked in this direction. The overall idea was to create it really convenient, or maybe as Wayne would say, to create it in a way inspired by the easy-going lifestyle of Barcelona. So this is what we did, and we were focusing on something which the customers already used to. And what everybody is used to is the daily experience of having smart devices. Doesn't matter if it's a smartphone, a tablet, whatever. But this was what we were focusing on, because what we did not want to do is to bring something where the customers later on have to think in a new way, where we have to educate or teach them, or even have to push them in a certain direction. It just should be convenient, and they just should jump in and know how it works. So what we see over here is more or less the same as using a smartphone. One example, for example, is the touch slider, and this shows exactly how easy it could be. I think it's very intuitive. Yeah? It shows a function just like switching and switching backwards, forwards. Yeah? And with a double finger touch, for example, on the temperature bar, you can start or adjust the seat heating. If you do a double finger touch on the middle bar by using the navigation system, you can zoom in and out the map. So everything is really intuitive. And we think what we created here really meets the requirements of our customers. In addition, we put lots of buttons out of the car and created a state-of-the-art digital ecosystem. Also supported by a very intuitive and natural voice control. Just activated by a short "hola hola," and then you can talk to your car, and the car talks to you. Besides all this, we take special efforts when it comes to the powertrain portfolio, because nowadays it's very difficult to have the right setup, because cities starting with restrictions different ways and closing up and the customers of course looking for alternatives. And therefore we set up a huge range of engines, starting with a petrol engine, with a plug-in hybrid, with a mild petrol engine, with CNG and diesel. So I think everybody will find the right engine which fits its lifestyle. And last but not least, safety. You know, me as a family father, I have 2 daughters and they recently received their driving licenses. If it comes to cars, I'm always focusing on safety. And with the 4th generation, we make a huge step, and we have a long list of safety systems in the car, and then which really serve the safety of the car. One of my favorites is, of course, because it's a very nice symbiosis of technology, functionality with design, is a safe exit assist. It's nicely integrated in our interior ambient light, so that it's really worked well together with the interior design. So frankly speaking, and to be honest, when I arrived here in March last year and got all this information on the project, I had to admit that the team around Matthias Rader, my predecessor, did really a great job so far with regards to the concept of the car and everything. And when I thought to myself, because I was really loaded with lots of ideas what to do when I arrived here, I came to the conclusion and asked myself, hey, why did they hire me? Joke aside, besides of lots of other projects which are in the pipeline and the development of the future portfolio of the brands, everybody of you knows the last 12 months of a project are also very decisive to the success of the project in total. You have to work on the maturity of the parts and the car in total, and you also have to fine-tune lots of elements and details.
He's finished now.
And this is what we did.
Stick with it.
For example, the driving experience was one of the aspects we truly perfected within this last month. And I remember very well when I drove the Leon for the first time on our proving ground in Era, and afterwards I discussed how to set up with the chassis team of Marcus Skyd and John Rudge. And we really worked on how to set it up, and step by step, we achieved this fun-creating and agile driving behavior. By the way, including a dynamic chassis control, which can be also adjusted by the driver on his own with a DCC slider. So this is also something we really put some characteristics in the car which are special for the Leon.
Where do?
What did we do? We made, for example, the steering more precise and more direct around the center collision, and made the dispersion between the different driving modes more concise. And I'm sure you will feel this. And frankly, I'm really looking when I look in your eyes and saw you leaving the car after your first drive, having a wide smile on your face. Talking about fine tuning is also something which is very important for us when it comes really to the interface between the car and the driver. And what we have over here is also again the touch slider. Because this is one of the most important interfaces between the car and the driver we have here. And in a matter of several meetings with the electronic teams of Joseph Bonds, we really set the touch slider into a sensitivity which fits perfect, yeah, which is not too sensitive or too insensitive.
That's all right,
So
Alan.
that everybody can really feel comfortable and
I get to try this week too. No, I won't get to drive for a while yet.
Yeah, and believe me, we had many of these discussions and
I don't like a
many
focus, though.
iterations and rounds.
I don't like
which
the look of the
serve to
focus. Look at that thing, it's
fine-tune the
gorgeous.
neuron's behavior.
The estate ones.
And finally, I'm proud to say
Like you said, finally,
that there's
fourth
maybe
time now.
also a little bit of myself and these neurons. Finally, what I'm pretty sure about
You
is
said
that
finally
there is
again.
also a lot of design in the neuron. So a big portion of the credit
I'll get up and look at it in a minute when we get a chance to get it.
which is really
Looking
motivated
it was
always and
gorgeous.
inspired by our chief designer Alejandro Mezzaniello.
No.
And I'm happy to welcome him. Alejandro, please get on stage and tell us personally
Oh,
about
Christ.
the new Leon
Somebody
and
else.
how the new Leon served the overall design strategy of our brands.
I just want to see the camera. Chief designer for SEAT. High five in one another.
I would like to ask you a question because I'm sure that our
Oh,
guests
what's the questions?
would love to know what is your favorite part in the Leon. Which, by the way, I tell you, I don't know. He didn't want to tell me in any rehearsal. So just tell me.
Yeah, because I think he expects me to say it's the design. I love design, but what I like most is really that we were able to put in the driving behavior characteristics on the car which really serves the great and sporty design when the team created. And this is my favorite because there is a promise, and with the driving behavior we can fulfill this promise.
Oh my
Thank you,
god.
thank you.
Thank you very
Wasn't
much.
awkward at all.
So, good evening. Good evening. Obviously, today the main protagonist is the Leon family. But I would like to explain to you how we got here, so you can better understand where we are standing now. In 2012, we
Ford
introduced
designer.
our current Leon. I think that from tonight I will have to start calling the previous Leon. A car that worked very well. I think Wayne just said it. A car that helped to put SEAT back on the map. 2016 was the time of the Ateca, our first SUV, a car that
Good car,
took
Ateca.
out the core of the design language of the Leon, but we adapted that design to the architecture of an SUV. 2017 was the time for the Ibiza. We introduced a more sophisticated sculpture, and the same year, in 2017,
Mild hybrid
also
coming
the
out, CNG
Arona focused
gone.
on freshness and personalization to our customers. Finally, 2018, the Tarraco arrived and showed us the way for our new front end.
Who wears a tie these days?
So basically, all what we have done in the last few years was marking a very
Does look like an
ambitious
Astra.
path towards
Has the tree
a
for
very
focus.
ambitious target, the target of seduction. The Leon is the first car that epitomizes this ambition. It is the first car of an exciting generation of cars that is starting here and tonight. Car designers, I think we are facing a very tough job today, because the world is getting extremely complex, a lot of complex messages, visual diversions, sometimes contradictory messages, and it is very easy for us to fall in the temptation of overstyling our cars, giving too much complexity in order to be heard and to stand out from our competitors. The approach that we took with the Leon is completely opposed to that, because I believe that good design is about simplicity. It's about avoiding unnecessary complexity. So with the team, we took the courage of simplicity while still keeping a very strong car. You must be wondering, how did we apply this thinking or this philosophy in our new Leon? We had two approaches: proportions and design language. Proportions, because I really believe that validity of proportions determine the beauty in a high degree of any car. It is about the basic proportions of a car, the length, compared to the height, the width, wheelbase, overhangs, and so on. But there are a few more secrets. When we were starting the project in 2016, I proposed the team to play a little game. I asked them to create, to come up with some shapes, with some surfaces, very simple in order to define the proportions of the Leon. So the result is exactly what you see here, with no lines at all, those surfaces, but the result is what you see. So we came up with a proportion that had a very long hood compared to the overall length of the car, pretty low and with a very strong vertical front end, almost negative. But of course, proportions without lines or surfaces without lines doesn't say much. We cannot tell them very well. So we had to add some lines which describe and define our style, that make us recognizable. If you look closely to the new Leon, basically on the side you see only 3 lines. Not more, not less. These are the lines that define the whole style of the body side. Because I think that lines, they really need the space to breathe, the space to express themselves in order to have a strong visual impact. And this is actually where simplicity comes in. Actually, to better explain where or how obsessed we were about this simplicity on the design, I will tell you a small story that happened in the studio. When we started the project, or during the process of development, but very early, during one of the meetings with the team, Danny Garcia, the exterior designer that was chosen for the exterior of the Leon, came with a sketch with a very nice proportion, very simple in the design. But I think I told him I was still bothered by a line, by something that was too much, a line too much on the side. That was the opening line of the hood that was splitting the front fender into parts. So we worked hard in order to delete this line, but obviously because the hood has to open, we put it above the hood. And we created actually the fender that you see here with only one character line, nothing else from the side, and this concept of what we call clamshell hood. We had a lot of discussions with our colleagues from production, from engineering, you can imagine, but finally we achieved exactly what we wanted. And I have to confess that this is one of the things about SEAT, that we are a small team, we might agree or not in some things, it's normal, like every couple, but in the end, when we know exactly what we want and we see the advantages, we go there straight away. By the way, Axel, I told you I will tell you my favorite part is actually the fender. Well, it's actually the fender and the hood. I know it's a big part, it's like 20% of the car, but I really love the achievement that we made with this front end of the Leon.
Finish up now.
The second approach is about the design language. And I would like to talk to you about, more precisely about inspiration. Because you, journalists, many times you ask me which are my sources of inspiration or my team's sources of inspiration. Sometimes I answer you with a joke, or sometimes I tell you the truth. But true is that Wayne just said it. We really get inspired by the city where we live, Barcelona. It is not about museums or going to a particular shop or an exhibition or a bar, although the bar might help sometimes, that we get better designers, that we are better designers. This is not the thing. But in global, I think the whole experience of living in Barcelona, the extrovert spirit and the character of the people, being out very often and getting really in contact with the city is what creates the right atmosphere and the right mood in order to be creative. But if you ask me more in detail, which were the items or which were the inspirations more in detail about the Leon, I will tell you that I get very much inspired by the human body. Funnily enough, if
I
you
love Turkey.
talk to, or if you listen car designers talk, we talk very often in terms of human body reference of language. We talk about the waistline, we talk about the shoulder, muscles, front end, rear end. So for me, it's a very natural source of inspiration, the human body. Very often, I show the designers, among other photos, other pictures of people, and I try that the design actually inspires, or those photos inspire the design. With the Leon, I show them a picture similar to the one you have. I don't think it was the one that you have exactly behind, but similar, of an athlete, because I wanted to make sure that the car, the Leon, the front, has the same behavior as an athlete. Just like someone very focused in the performance, with a determined view in front, ready to exercise, ready to pounce. And this was enough to really get this inspiration. It's not about a bodybuilder, it's about an athlete with well-educated muscles, it's about the internal force that the car has when you do that.
It's boring now,
I
don't
could talk to
Jerry.
you more about the design, probably with some of you I will have the opportunity to talk after the show. But I think my time is running.
Yeah, your time is up.
And before handing to Karsten, I would like to synthesize in a nutshell what the Leon is for us. The Leon for us is the beginning of our future. The Leon for us is our inspiration, and all what comes from now will be heavily inspired from what you saw and what you heard here
16 or
tonight.
double TDI, please.
You will see one more thing, and I finish. You will see, or you saw already, probably
Let's tell them how to talk to the language.
a new typography. A new
Don't worry,
language.
I'll get up in a minute and go over to the camera.
This is because I really believe that we needed to give to this new design language a much more personal style, a bit more curvy, more emotional, something that really fits our car and with a nice human touch. So now,
Fucking
yes,
ancient.
I'm
Very
finished, and I
ancient.
would like to
Beyond the age of
Karsten and
dance.
Kristen say again on the stage. Thank you.
God, we're there now. We're back to the chief dude.
Thank you, Alejandro. I can only say I really love this car. Hope you do. And it
He's
was
paid,
a
said
great
it.
job to the whole team. And I think it has become clear that we set ourselves ambitious goals for the fourth generation of the Leon. And the
That's about a
result
psycho.
is just amazing.
Amazing.
The Seat Leon has always been a core pillar of the brand's vehicle lineup and the reference point for the segment with sales of more than 2.2 million cars
There's it with the lights out.
over its 3 generations.
I like it.
Today, society is asking for new mobility that is easier, safer, and less harmful to the environment. And we, as SEAT, respond to this demand with the new Leon, which will be available in 2 versions that you can see on stage, the hatchback and the sports mode. Both achieve the next level in terms of design, connectivity, safety, and also in terms of efficiency, as they will be available with a wide variety of engines, from traditional combustion engines to electrified versions. In summary, a great project
I can talk for 2 hours,
created
but say
and
that.
developed here
Stalin.
in Barcelona at home. Ladies and gentlemen, this is only the beginning of a year full of novelties. Get ready
Better.
for our next appointment,
Something better.
because in just
Efficient
1
job.
month, the new Cupra headquarters are going
comments.
to open their doors. And believe me, you don't want to miss the Cupra in there. Thank you all for joining us today, and hope you like the new Leon and our customers as we do. Gracias, and enjoy the evening.
Another guy coming out. Chill out. We're getting there.
Thank you, Captain. I think it was great to see the passion
Nobody ask any questions.
Axel and obviously Alejandro on the car. It was fantastic. So, thank you to all.
I don't
so,
understand a
in a
word
while,
he's
we're
saying.
going to move to the next room for the cocktail, but I need to point out a few logistical points. So, as usual, you have found on your seat USBs that contain a complete press kit with video, pictures, and press release. The Leon fighters and sport tours will be exposed here on stage, so we have 32 and there will be 4, and we have 22 ones in the
There's more cars.
So, for any help in terms of experts to answer your questions or if you need photo service, please, as usual, refer to your press officer. And that's almost it. So, Catherine, before we ask the photographers to get closer to the photograph, I'd like to highlight the last initiative. Dr. Christian Solma, our Vice President for Production and Logistics, is actually a factory 4.0 freight. So, you probably saw the drone welcoming you when you arrived here, but that's not all. Christian and his team have actually programmed their robots, so AGV, FEBot, MRK, you can see that on screen, complicated
robots and things.
efficient robots, to hand out food and drinks across the whole cocktail area. So, Christian and your team, thanks a lot to help us deliver a full factory experience during this event. So, Carsten,
Yay! Go you!
that's it now. So I can see the photographers over there. So, Carsten, I'm going to ask you to get closer to the car for a photo opportunity, and then whether Wayne, Axel, and Alejandro can join you. So, thank you. And enjoy the evening and enjoy the food, and we'll see each other later. Thank you very
What's
much.
happening now? Go on. Play with the cars, right? Good, good. Right, come on, let's go. I'm going to the car. Let's have a look here. I see a state one. A quick gander around. Let's have a quick look inside before anybody freaks out and start coming straight in. So I'm going to be first into this car here. This is the interior. So you can see there is no buttons or anything here. Nothing. It's got that weird little gear shift out of the Golf. It's pretty cool. Big screen in the middle, big screen in the front, all going to be optional extras. Ireland. It's got that touch screen thing from the Golf as well at the bottom. Beautiful seat. Really rather like that. Got that, Dave? Oh, yours. Running around the back seat. Same again. It's going to be a 5-door hatchback as per usual. 2 USB ports in the back. Coming around to the back of it, it's got Leon Blaze on the back. Really like the like this bar. It goes right across the middle. Now, don't know if that's going to be an optional extra. It's going to be standard on the cars we get. That's my view. You can see how many people are here. That's why I got first to the car. Man's going to open it. Good man. Still lifting up at the back, which is good. Lift up the S of the Seat. It's quite nice. Got a spare wheel. Ooh, we have a spare wheel. Nothing universal in there, don't mind you. There's no EV unit in the back of that. Electric tailgate as normal. Again, we're going to have one more little look inside while no one is paying any attention to us. Have one more look in here. That's it with the dash on, right? And that's the touchscreen part of it over there. And then we have all of the bits on the middle. Nice touch from the door. Really like the seat. Obviously, that's going to be optional extra with the Z in the back of it and stuff. Electric here too. This is an FR model of it. I really rather like it. The man's head is very bald. So it's chaos. Flip the screen now, you can see me. It's very yellow because that screen is very yellow here beside me, but this is what I have to do. I'm going to have a look at the hatchback one, which is up here further up, so run along. I'm about stuck in there. I'm always in first. Nobody ever just walk up and just get out of my way. I see the car. See this car? I'll show you. Yeah, look, flick over. Right now. So back of man's head there, but look, that's what we're looking at. It's just chaos. But that's the back of the hatchback, right? Exactly the same as the estate, essentially. It's an FR one as well. Okay, so let's not distinguish one from the other. But in the estate boot, the hatchback boot, you get a bit of a different space in it. Still a spare wheel. Don't see where they're putting the batteries for the mild hybrid yet. No, there is shop bag hooks. I'm alright. It's pretty good. Everyone's taking a vlog out now that I've opened it. It's just funny. Right. That's interesting. Now, so there are FRs. Let me go somewhere a little bit quieter. Wait, hang on. Found something. This man found the electrics. Not the electrics, the batteries.
Yeah, the batteries.
Alright. No spare wheel on this one. That's wild. What is that? Oh, we're pulling the car apart now. Oh, so that's the battery unit in there. You got a charging unit. Oh my God, look at the size of that thing you're putting up. We've decided to tear this car apart. What's under there? Oh, there is a sort of a well, but there's no spare wheel right in it. Is there a well? Yeah, it's metal. They'll actually sit down on top of that. Granny cable included. And then the battery unit inside. There's a lot of space in the battery unit. There's a lot of room taken up inside it. That's in the estate one as well. Making my way through the crowd. My God, there's so many people watching. The Sunday service has taken a different turn. By the way, click the like button if you wouldn't mind. It makes YouTube pay attention to the stream. One. And number two, I'll just get a few more subscribers. I'd love a few more subscribers. Plus, you can join me every Sunday on the Sunday service to talk about cars. It's the only live stream about cars in the world. Here's a big camera. Look, this man has got a big camera. See that there? I'm streaming from my phone. Equivalent to the same thing. Alright, so have a little look at the estate version one more time. I quite like the line. When you go down low like that, it's quite nice. Look at your man's arse, but you know, look at that low. That's lovely, isn't it? Show the front. Okay, I'm going around the front. I'm on the way. Let's move these people back to the front. Excuse me. Thank you. Excuse me. Alright, here we go. Sorry, thank you. It's great. Now there's the front. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. That is the front of the car. So it looks a little bit like Tarraco, I suppose, a little bit. And there's the belt or the bonnet line he was talking about, which is the one that streams around the outside of it here. So you can see that bonnet line goes up there, and the wing extends all the way up to the light. So here's the line that finishes the wing. So it's quite a wide, broad front. Sharp nose, so it sticks out proud, as you can see there. And I think, say, a Tarraco definitely has an element to it. It just looks a lot lower than that. So come around this side here and see what the door open inside. I like the lights, little spot lamps down here, and parking sensors there, and these wings and stuff that are sticking down around the edge. Quite nice. I quite like it. I think it's quite nice. The clamshell, or I must say clamshell, but you see the bonnet finishes here, whereas the actual car finishes there. So that's quite novel, different. I wonder how it's like to work on. I have to open the bonnet. I have to hurt somebody now to open the bonnet. This never ends well when you open the bonnet because everyone's running over as soon as the engine is. Hang on, I'm going to pull the handle. Right, this is scary because generally they don't like you opening the bonnets of these cars. But sure, I'm going to open the bonnet anyway. It's also warm. Hang on, I can't find the catch. Where's the catch? You find the catch? This man knows what he's doing. Ah, oh, very good. Yeah, cool. Okay, so there we have an engine. The way the bonnet opens, which is how the hell do you put that? Oh, there's the catch. I've only got one hand because I'm holding the camera. That's our engine there, engine bay. It's going to be really hard to work on. If anyone's a Seat mechanic, you're going to have trouble working on this one. Look, there's no gaps for hands. Nothing. Plastic cover over the top, batteries up here at the front. Everything's where it should be. That's the air filter, battery, and you have the water over here. Drop the bonnet from the top. Can you imagine the noise? Hold on, I'm going to close the bonnet. Nobody's going to die. Relax, everybody. Security's having to put the bonnet down. No, hang on a second. We have another look at that. Make sure I didn't miss that in there. This is just, I think, I don't know what this is. Diesel or petrol, I don't know. Hey, here we go. That makes a nice thud. And you see it closes on the edge there. There's a bit of a gap to go there. It's quite nice. Oh, PHEV one's open. Hold on, just put it in here. And moving around. Okay. So that is a look at the next one. Look at that. Look at that box over around the corner. This says PHEV version. That's an electric control unit up there in the corner. Very different look to this engine, isn't there? Still again, nowhere to work, nowhere to look. You notice everything's in basically the same place, so the engine coolant is still in the same place it was a minute ago, and the coolers are over here as well. Plenty going on. Lots of orange cables, which means high electricity. You will die if you open these. CNG is back. Yeah, it is. I know. It's terrible, isn't it? I mean, they're supposed to get rid of these kind of gases and things, and I'm putting CNG back in again. It's funny. We have a look through some of the comments, see what we're doing. Still so many of you watching. It's crazy. This is going to be quite a live stream. Fellas taking pictures of boot there, that car. What have we looked at? The blue one up here is one we haven't looked at. Probably the least attractive looking colour. Here we go, come around this way, it's the blue one. See, the indicators are built into the headlamps around the edge, it's kind of cool. So, I'm taking a picture on the inside of it, come around there. I've shown the interior. I'm going to sit in, show you the interior from sitting in it. Okay, this is the interior, there's a dash, so what you're looking at is the kind of standard version of it. This steering wheel is a lot thinner than I'm used to, and these buttons have changed quite a bit on both sides. What are they now? I don't know. Something to change or something in here. Then we have this very different infotainment system here, which is all touchscreen. There's no physical buttons to go with that. Not sure this actually works yet, does it? Oh, it does work. Some of it works. It's in Spanish though, so I can't. And you see infotainment, exterior, center, auto, heated seats are up here. Auto for the temperature controls are here. Look, high. Oh no. Oh no, it's all, oh no, I don't like that. And you have these touchscreeny bits down here as well, of which you run your hand over it. Yeah, no, I don't like that. There's no knobs. No knobs, guys. No nothing. This one is the manual version, so this hasn't got the switch. This is standard manual. It's got to be 12 inches across, a big screen. Like, it's a big screen reaching across it. I don't mind this so much. This little kind of twiddly bit down here. Like, I see I've changed to the low 16. I'm changing the low. I can sweep my finger across it and go up high to temperatures, but it's just not the same as having just an infinitely adjustable knob. And then we have heated seats up here. AC is here, so when I click that, I go to AC. Look, it's got a pin and things on it as well, so why don't you do it? There's the AC there. Climatronic extras, try climate. This is very optional, I would imagine. Very angular edge to this. Glove box is there too. This looks like a dirt catcher. See these corners, little edges here, in between here and behind this? Little dirt catchers where everything sits, gathers the filth. USB-C looks like it's going to be a standard here as well. Yeah, we want knobs. We like knobs. Bring back knobs. You can buy a t-shirt that says bring back knobs in the front if you want to go to my channel. Over here we have the lights, of which obviously you're just going to click auto and never touch that again for as long as you live. Seats are quite comfy. Engine start stop stays as a button over here. Handbrake is here, so no physical handbrake in this car. And then you have an SOS button up here at the very top of it, and then into the back seat, which looks like that. I like it, but I'm not convinced about that LED screen. I'm really not convinced about that sort of stuff. I'm also not terribly convinced by the steering wheel. It feels very thin in comparison to what I wanted, which is a higher spec version of that. Still, it's okay. We're out, have a look. See if somebody else wants to get in the front. Monopolizing my time. Oh, that's shooting, no, right. This is the back of that one. I still like the LEDs built in. Look at the LED where it sweeps around on the indicator. See that? That's quite nice. I like that stuff. And then you have that long light bar. Now, I would imagine that's standard. I can't imagine going to take that away, but you know, this is, I respect they can do anything. Bumper is made up of, the line starts here for the bumper and comes all the way around underneath, like the old Leon. It pays respect to that. The shoulder line coming into the edge line here, waistline on the car, which looks really good. It looks like the old Leon, looks like Ford Focus, looks like, you know. Let's go somewhere you can see everything. I get a broad view. We'll go what's called a wide view. all the way up. We'll get a wide view on proceedings, huh? We'll answer some questions. So that's what it looks like here. Everybody in. Cupra was announced there. They did mention Cupra. They did mention Cupra in the briefing, but they didn't actually say when it's coming or when it's going to be. Now I gotta hook up a battery to my phone, so hold tight a minute. I did bring a charger, we're alright. Just take me a minute to find all the cables and stuff. Yay, there we go. Right, charger attached, we're okay again. Now, just turn this around. Whoa, wait, now we go this way. Okay, I'm purple that way, and if I go this way, I'm blue. Which one do you prefer? I think blue might be better, huh? No panorama roof. I don't see one on any of those cars. There is one, no, there is one. There is one in the estate over there. Hold on, just turn around. If I go around this way, you see the roof up there? There, that's a roof. Blue is better, huh? Okay, so that's the Seat Leon reveal. As you've seen, I'll go around the cars again for another minute. I'll keep streaming another little bit. It's been a fun event. It's very warm in here, especially at this top point up here. It's roasting. I'm on their Wi-Fi as well, which doesn't help. Waiting for the premiere, 1.5 years now. I see I don't like this design, especially rear window. I think it looks like the current Seat Leon mixed with a Ford Focus, a Kia Ceed, and a Seat Tarraco or something. There's just a lot going on. And the Golf Ace also has the same interior, that same touchscreen. So does the ID3, has the same sweepy line on it as well. It's kind of a weird aspect of what's going on here. I do like their power range. That's pretty good. You're going to get all of the petrol, CNG, a diesel, and a mild hybrid, and a hybrid. So you're going to get the whole lot in this one. Mazda 3 and Kia Ceed, which is what Galax says, correct? Everyone says after that. So I think it's a kind of a blend, it's kind of a homogenized, it's a funny market, that market that this is trading in. The 5-door hatchback is a very weird market. It's dominated by small SUV, things like the Ford Puma launch I was at the other day as well. That's where it's being dominated from. That small SUV is stealing market share from these guys here. Don't have an Irish price for it yet. There won't be a price announced yet. This is the world reveal. They'll know the price. You can expect it won't go far north of where this current Seat Leon is, because if you make it too expensive, it's starting to compete with Tarraco. You know, it's crazy prices after a bit. Big map, blah blah, what kind of sales this day? Yeah, so it is kind of zero identity. I kind of like it. I think it'll look better in the daylight than in this kind of you know, artificial yellowy kind of hazy light that I'm in at the moment as well. So I think it'll look okay when we actually hit the roads. The DSG mode, I'll go back down towards, there's a lot of music and noise and stuff down here, so I'll go back down, see if I can kick somebody out of a car and out of my way. I'm pretty good at that, you know. I'll let the muscle, I'll let the hired help that comes in, the henchman, gets people to move. That one was manual, so we'll go over here where there's an auto. There's nobody sitting in it. We'll have a route. No, guy got into that. We'll keep going. Hold. That's a manual anyway. That red one was an automatic, if I remember. Sorry everybody, walking through shots there. Okay, so the passenger seat open on this one. This will do. Hi, toys and stuff. Hey, how are you? Good to have you aboard. Here's the DSG one. We'll just flick in here for a second. This is DSG. This one we have DSG here. It's just a switch, really. That's all. The parking brake is here. Start button is here. So slight change from where it was. And that's pretty much it. That's the only change from the manual one. So that's all you got to see. There's the bonnet open on the PHEV one. I opened the bonnet on the petrol diesel one already. There's your cables and wires and stuff that you're not allowed to touch, because you touch them you get yourself buried. Driver's seat electronic memory, yes it is. Driver's seat is electric with 3 memory functions on it. That's probably optional in your market, or maybe optional in your market. It's certainly optional in my market. but it's definitely going to be an electric one, yeah, for sure. Okay, any more requests? I'm still in here because it's kind of quiet now, or it's quieting down. I really like the boot of the Estate, I have to say. Look at the boot's good. It's got that floor drop down thing, so when you lift it up, look, you can take all of that out, right? And you put it back in up high. So you can raise it up, or you can drop it into the floor like that and make it deeper. I really like that. That's really good, because you can technically store something under this as well. So you got room there to put another bit underneath that part. Also, you can drop the seats. There's a button back here for dropping the seats in the rear. That's pretty neat. I kind of like it. There's the electric tailgate, so if I click that, it closes. I really like the rear end. I think the rear end's pretty good. PHEV and electric motor. Or does it help the petrol engine? Yeah, PHEV will be a full electric motor that'll do 50 kilometers on a charge. It's not going to be a full EV. I'm currently driving the Passat PHEV, or Passat GTE it's actually called, but I'm driving that currently. It's pretty good. It's efficient. It's 1.4 TSI with a battery system, but again, it's only 40 kilometers range. Real world range on these electric guys is going to be very little, so you know it's not going to get a whole lot. Estate looks better than a hatch. Do you agree? Yes, I do. The Estate is a very handsome car. That is the Estate one behind me here. I'll just turn the camera on that one. That's the Estate. I really like it. It's very low. Now that's an Estate FR, right? So it's not the standard one, okay? But it's low, it's long. It keeps the waistline, what's called a waistline, which is this line here. See this line here going along the back wall. And you see that follows all the way through down the car. Just keeping that. The bonnet is not hydraulic, it's just a lift up one with a standard bar, so no piston underneath to keep it up. I'll show you that on a bonnet over here. This one's open. Or the bed to shy here, man. So here we are, look, there it is with the bonnet lid open. There's the piston on it, or not piston, but the bar on it. So it's not hydraulic. Any senoritas in the house? Nah, they don't do that at launches anymore. You don't see. They don't put the pretty lady draped over the bonnet anymore. That doesn't happen anymore. There's some women here, of course, but they're PRs, they're professionals, they do their job. Do you want to see a drone? I'll show you a drone, right? This was interesting earlier on. So, when they're making your Cupra, they deliver your steering wheel by drone, right? No joke, an actual drone. It's right here in front of me. Okay, so if I swing around this way, I'll show you the mini layout over there in a minute. There's the drone, right? So an octocopter with SEAT written on it, SEAT written up here. And there's your Cupra steering wheel, and it's delivered by drone. Don't ask me why you bother with that, other than you don't have to pay a man 20,000 euros a year. See it there delivering it. 20 grand a year to put steering wheels into a Cupra. But essentially that's it. Oh look, he still has to pick it up in a forklift. So they're doing interviews in this one. This is the blue one again, and they have a little mini design one over here. This is a go-kart, so it's got a little tiny steering wheel in it. It's got pedals, see down here, it's got all this stuff in here. Little steering wheel with pedals, little tiny SEAT lay on the seat. I want to go on that, but I'm not allowed. And there's Michael Sheridan coming around. We're live on YouTube. Would you like to make a comment on YouTube?
Oh yeah?
Well, we're live. This is Michael Sheridan.
How's everybody? That car you just showed you is too small. I tried to fit into it and I can't. So, I mean, what are SEAT trying to do? It's ridiculous.
This is the launch model. This is it. This is what we're getting. This is
near,
the
far away. What is this, a centre for ants?
Near and far away.
I feel like doing Zoolander with this one. But it's good. He's very good, isn't he? I'm a big fan.
I know you. I'm a big fan of his as well. You should watch him. You should watch what he does. He used to be on Bull Island and do all sorts of things many years ago. One of the best motoring journalists in the country, for sure. Writes for the Irish Times, writes for various outlets. Show the rear of that blue one. Okay, hold on, come around. Nice lights. Come around this side. Let's go around the little one. The one's near. There's a box of dinner is being served by the way I'm missing it. So there it is. There's the rear of that one. It's quite shady here, so you're going to see these lights very clearly. This red bar at the back. It's quite nice. If I get very close to it, you can see there's a lot going on. It's quite busy in there. Like there's a reversing light and stuff, so it's quite busy inside it. And you don't see the indicators, and yet they're built into those lights. There's an interview going on inside this vehicle. I don't want to disturb that interview because there's a guy who has a camera set up, mics and all sorts of things in there, so I don't want to mess him around. So you see there, look. He's probably interviewing the chief of design, and I'm missing my dinner, but that's all right. It's okay because I am live, so I'm going to wander over and find someone that has cameras turned on or indicators turned on. Whew. It's a long walk. See, there's people everywhere. Look, it's just busy here. See, everybody does piece the camera after a bit and start talking about the car in the car. So you can't, like this one, see? Two lads in there talking. I remember there was lights and indicators on one up this way. He looks like Sean Connery. Just saying. Here's one with the there's a cameraman there. I don't want to interfere. Hold on a second. Oh, he's finished. Right. Hold on. Come around. Sorry. There we go. On our bit with the camera. Thanks. All the same. Hang on. I'm going to turn on the hazard warning lights so you can see where the lights are from all around the car. Come around. We all have cameras, pal. Anyway, there's the rear indicators going. The side repeater mirrors are flashing the same as it would be normally. No difference. Nose, I don't think. Again, there's the indicator on the back part. The lights are off in this car. So on the front of the it streams from the bottom, you can see it's coming from here up. And then on the front, it's built into the headlight again. Same again here, it's built around the outside. So it's coming from right inside. You can see it starts in there. It comes around that way. Very bright, very noticeable. I like those wing mirror ones. They're quite cool. That's quite a cool little touch. So anyway, yeah, that's a... See, it's chaos here, consistently. But you just kind of got to get in the mood of not taking any shit. You know, if someone gives out you're getting in the way of the camera, you just go, well, that's your problem. This is a free-for-all. Your camera's not more important than my camera. And my audience is vital. You get a front row seat on all of this sort of stuff. I always do these launches. Car companies seem to like them. Bloody hell, there's a step there, I didn't even see it. Now, I think it might be time for a drink. A glass of wine would be good, wouldn't it? Maybe a burger, or whatever it is they're serving food-wise. Any more questions before I get drunk? Drink responsibly, kids. Now, let's launch it. And have a glass of red wine, because it was on the bar. Mooch over here, see what else I can find. There's the little scooter. Where did I see that electric big scooter? Look, food, and I'm missing it. Just to bring you live stream. Look, more food. See, look, more, this sort of, I don't know what that is. Ham pizzas or something? It's chaos now. Oh, there it is. Found it. Hold on. There. Electric scooter from Seat. It's really nice. I really like that. I love the motor thing built in here. And they've made the word seat out of the word Seat. No, really. And look, there's even space for a water bottle. I quite like this little thing. I don't ride motorbikes, but it looks nice. We'll swing around this way. The crowd is mighty. There's a man cleaning a car. Going this way. I need a place to put my wine down. So there it is in grey. Wow, that's unremarkable, isn't it? And a last little touch here as well. Seat also have their own branded charge point, which is quite interesting as well. Obviously, wait now, weird alloys. No, no, no. Don't like that. Don't like the alloys. They're filled in. I don't like the one that's too filled in. This could be a low-end spec. There's no DSG inside. There's the little mini one. Look at this one. Near, far away. Yeah, cool, isn't it? Oh, it's an FR-E hybrid. This one. Haven't seen that tag on it before. That's what these ones are. They're filled in for aerodynamic stuff. witchcraft, I call it, essentially. And there are not many tables. I can't put my wine down anywhere. Jesus, I could sort out some tables. Yeah. I just need to turn the camera around. Come on, found a spot. Still Elodie is watching, which is cool. Sorry. Take me wine out there now. I got to turn the camera on. Cheers. Maybe every time you hear the word "say it," take a drink. Drink responsibly, kids. Right, I'm going to wrap up, make a little video of this. I'm going to try and put together a closer, sort of slower, behind the scenes look of this video. So hit the subscribe button. It's always good when you hit the subscribe button because it's very important. Everybody that has been here, thank you so much. It was like 900 of you watching at one point, so it's kind of cool to have so many people here. I'll be back to Spain to test drive this in the near future, so make sure you they keep it dark because they don't want you to see everything, because I'm in a factory. I'm in SEAT's main factory. The biggest employer in Spain is SEAT. The biggest production GDP of the entire country is SEAT. This factory is miles. I mean, we went around it tonight in the bus. We were driving for nearest makes a difference, a half an hour driving around this entire factory plant, just trying to get to this one location. So they keep it dark because they don't want you to see anything. There's not much I have to say other than this place goes dead low on me after a while. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, I'm on everything. I do live events as well, I do talks and things. You can join me every Sunday for the Sunday service, which is from 2 p.m. on Sunday, Irish time, obviously. Join that. It's always good crack. I talk for 2 hours straight live. It's brilliant. Have I missed anything terribly important in the questions? No. I think I've covered everything. I hope I've covered everything for you. I still think, yes, look, you're right. I think the Skoda still has the edge. I think SEAT is hampered by what Volkswagen tell them to do and what they're told they're going to take in parts. This is why we're looking at the interior of a Golf 8 essentially, with some modifications to the software. But essentially the car is the same. But I actually think it's going to suffer. I think Skoda's going to suffer the same fate. And that's basically what it comes down to. It's not to turn the camera on other than what we've seen already. It's a live stream, so you're not going to see all that. But anyway, I'm going to finish up now. You've been absolutely brilliant to join me here. Hit the subscribe button. Please hit the subscribe button. It's very hard to get subscribers. I hope I see you in the next video. There will be more very, very soon. But until the next time, I will see you on the far side.